Open your book to page 233. This is lesson 8.4. This lesson is about combining like terms. So the like terms are the ones with the same variables. Like terms are the ones with the same variables. Example, 2x, 4x. Okay, so these are like terms because they have same variables. So you have to have an identical variable part with the same exponent. So again, they are identical, they're exactly. So these are like terms. B, you got negative 3x squared and 5x squared. So again, these have x squared, so they have the same variable part. So therefore, they are like terms. You go to C, you got 3xy, and you have the 6yx. Now remember, the variable can be switched, right? You know, they are commutative, right? So you can use a commutative property to switch. But again, look over here, you got x and y, you got y and x, so they are the same. So these are like terms. Okay. So let's go to D. So you got x squared y, and you have the 9x squared y. So again, they are the like terms because you have the x squared y. So variable part are identical, then they are like terms. Now let's go to example of unlike terms. Unlike terms are the terms that have different variable part. So example 2, 2x and 3y. So these are unlike because you got x and y, they are not the same, right? So these are unlike terms. You go to B, you got 5x squared, you got 7x. So these are unlike terms because this is x squared and this is x. So they are not the same. Okay? Because they're very similar, but they are not the same. Okay? So example like apple and pineapple, they are very similar, but they are not the same. Yeah, they are very different things. Okay? So again, so yeah, x and x squared, they are unlike terms, they are different things. C, you have 4x squared y, and you got 10xy squared. So these are, again, these are unlike terms. This is xy squared, this is x squared y. So they are not the same. Okay, again, so like terms are the ones that have identical variable part. Okay, now let's go to the next example, how to combine like terms. So page 234. So when you combine the like terms, when you're combining terms, you only can combine things that are like. Okay, so example 3, you got 2x plus 4x. So think of the variable like labels, okay? So think of that 2 apples plus 4 apples, you get 6 apples, okay? But don't put an x over here, don't put a square over here, because you don't say, you don't say 2 apples plus 4 apples equal to 6 apple, right? Okay, so the variable parts stay the same, right? Again, 2 apples plus 4 apples give you 6 apples. So think of variable as your label. So don't make into 6x squared. Again, this would be wrong, right? Like this one, what you're saying is that 2 apples plus 4 apples equal to 6 apples, okay? So again, that would be wrong, okay? So just be aware of that. Okay, let's go to B. You got e minus 9e. Okay, so you got 1e minus 9e will give you negative 8e. Again, when you don't see number, it's 1. So 1 minus 9 give you negative 8. Okay, let's go to C. You have 5x squared y minus 7x squared y. So first you have to check, make sure they're like terms. So yes, they are like terms. So you go 5 minus 7 will give you negative 2, and the variables stay the same, right? Again, think of label. Think of variables as a label. Okay. So let's go to D. You got 4ab minus 3ab plus 6ab. Okay, so you can check. Okay, all these are like terms. So these are ab. So they are all same. So they are like terms. So you can subtract. So again, you go from left to right. So 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 plus 6 will give you 7, so it ends with be 7ab. Okay, let's go to E. Yeah, 9x minus 3x plus 5y. So these two are like terms, this one is different. So you only can combine the one they are the same. Okay? So you only can do this one and this one. So leave that one alone. So 9 minus 3 will give you 6. So it'll be 6x. And this one you don't do anything to it. So the answer would be 6x plus 5y. Okay, let's go to example F. Okay, so this is example 3. So I'll put it over here so you can follow. So example 3F, you got 3xy plus 6yx. Now remember, these are multiplication, so they are commutative. So you can switch them. So this is same as 3xy plus 6xy. Okay, they are the same. Okay, so again, I'm writing it out so you can follow what I'm doing. So you don't have to do this step. Okay, you just are able to recognize they are the same. They are the like terms. So this will equal to 9xy. Okay. Okay, let's go to example 3G. Example 3G. You have 12a minus 7b minus 9a plus 4b. Okay, so you can look for the like terms before you can combine. So you got a over here, you got a b over here, right? So what I usually do is I use different shapes. So I can circle them, right? So these two are alike. Okay, so do the circle. So 12a minus 9a, this will, 12 minus 9 will give you 3, right? So this will be a 3a. Another reason you want to use shapes so that we can see which one, you can keep track of, make sure that every one is accounted for. So circle these, and you can box these, right? So this one and this one. So opposite sign, you have to subtract the numbers. So 7 minus 4 will give you 3, and it's negative because this, the 7 is a negative, and variable would be b, and that's it. Okay. So you can use different shapes. Now in the book, sometimes they use the single underline and use the double underline, right? I think the shapes are more clear. Or you can use a highlighter, use different color pencil or highlighter, use a different color, so that's fine. So as long as you can make sure every term is accounted for, make sure you keep track of every term. Okay, so let's go to example 3H. You got 3x squared minus 2x plus 5 minus 4x plus 6. Okay, so from here, let's go down. When you have this kind of situation, go from the highest to lowest. So do the square. So any more square? No. So this is the only one. Okay. Then you go down so you start with the highest exponent and you go down. So this is the 2 power. Now go to 1 power. So it's this one here and this one here. So you can make sure you write this so you have enough space to do all your work. So minus 2 and minus 4, both are negative, same sign. You add the numbers and you follow the sign of that. Okay. And then this one over here, and again you can use triangles, right? Again you can use different shapes. So 5 and 6 would be 11, and so that's it.